Alright everybody, look what we got here. Ripper 2 small and the small firecracker, the 232. Just going to do a quick comparison here. And today I'm at the Whitewater Center, National Whitewater Center. I'll do some back-to-back runs on both channels just to see, give y'all a comparison of the two. Also had some footage from yesterday at the other Great Falls Whitewater Park, which was pretty cool. But yeah, here we go. I'm just going to kind of walk around here and show you the difference. You can kind of see the bow rocker definitely more on the Ripper 2 compared to the Firecracker there. The width also definitely a width difference. I don't know the specs. When I actually do the review on the Firecracker, I'll put the specs on the screen, but you can definitely tell there the width in the bow. And just a heads up, the Firecracker loops really well. It's almost like a playboat, spud boat. Super nice on the looping, which the Ripper 2 you can't really do that with. You can, but it's not quite as easy. Cockpit wise, you can kind of see they both have really good knee room right there. Obviously the Ripper 2 is longer. Now you can see here on the stern, it's kind of hard to see in the GoPro, but and I'll kind of get close up here in a second and talk about that, but you can see the length of the stern again. The Ripper comes to a very, very thin tail there in the back. Firecracker's a little more beefy. Just walk around here. And again, you got some stern rocker on the Ripper 2, where you don't really have much stern rocker on the Firecracker. You got a little bit, but not much. Now here's really where I noticed the difference here. Right here, kind of right behind your seat, you got a lot of volume right here in the Firecracker, where the Ripper 2 kind of still stays flat right there. And when I was playing with it yesterday, I could get it, halfway vertical really easy, but actually getting this all the way vertical was pretty tough for me, at least. Again, I'm 140 pounds. Pretty good paddler, but not an expert by any means or pro, and I could get it vertical even in flat water, but I will say it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. Compared to like the Ozone or even the Small Ripper. The Small Ripper in my mind is easier to get vertical than this. It's just this volume right here. You can kind of see how much volume right there, right behind where it starts to go vertical and then it hits that volume and wants to go back down. So, I mean, obviously I was trying it mostly in flat water yesterday. It wasn't a great place. So we'll see here at the Whitewater Center when I actually go to like load it in their actual rapid, see how it does. But anyway, wasn't easy as I thought it'd be, but it's still plenty easy to get vertical per se. And here's another good look at that kind of volume behind the seat here, where it comes up right there, where the Ripper 2, you can see my hand doesn't touch anything, just kind of goes flat right across. This, my hand's kind of level with the volume here. So it is quite a bit of volume back there, which why I think it's kind of, when you almost get it vertical, it kind of squats back down. Similar to the Antics, where it has that kind of here, but it's flat all the way back, where this volume kind of stays until it hits the middle of that Firecracker sign. Honestly wish they would have maybe left out like maybe 1 gallon right here, just a little bit thinner right there would have been nice, just a little bit easier for beginners to get vertical. And one thing I will say too about the Firecracker, it looks good, the styling is good, the deck styling. Front always has good looking boats here. Just adding these little lines just make it look a little bit better. The little dots don't really bother me per se. Whatever, you could fill that in with something if you wanted to. But yeah, good looking boat. Both of them look good. One thing I forgot to point out, where both of the boats have wave deflectors here. That one stops here.
More fart on your angle.
That one stops here. Wade's yelling in the background. You can really see the width on the bottom there. On the flat surface, how much more you got on the Firecracker. The chines here are much more pronounced. Kind of a faint one right there. You can definitely see that. Help you come off rock. Maybe add a little stability there. The stern here on the Firecracker has that same stern you see on the Ozone, with the carved out edge there, where the Ripper 2 you don't have that. You still have that defined chine that comes all the way down here. Yeah, just going down river and stuff so far, I don't really have a lot of comparison. I'll talk more about that today. Yesterday wasn't a good indication of that, but it paddled fine and felt good, really stable. Feels obviously off the start way more stable than the Ripper 2. And I mean, obviously so. You got width here versus skinnier boat here, so that makes sense. But yeah, that's just kind of a quick look there at the two boats. As far as fit, again, you can kind of see a little wider here, a little narrower here. I don't really think I would need the hookers in here. I might put them in there if I own the boat just to have a little more. I definitely don't need them in the small Ripper 2 though. I have one seat pad just kind of lift me up there, and then some pads on either side there. Pretty much the same setup in both boats as far as that's concerned. This doesn't have a foam block just because it's a demo, and that does have the foam block. But yeah, that's just a quick little comparison there. Hope y'all enjoy that, and I'll do some on-water stuff today at the Whitewater Center. And I'll catch you later. Seating positions are in the middle on both boats, just to let you know. Gonna kind of paddle through here. Not really do any tricks or anything like that. I skip out there. Should I boot this left side? Oh yeah. Stern load's really nice. I couldn't really get a feel for that yesterday at the Great Falls Park. Wasn't really much to go off of. Nice to have a little something different today. I'll try to do the exact same stuff on everything. Just kind of get a little wall splat here. Man, the water's still cold. Really nippy out here today. Very maneuverable boat, which I like. Short, kind of take it where you want. Not gonna paddle. Hands up. Didn't really want to paddle. Just show you. This thing surfs like a dream, though. I'll tell you. It surfs like a normal float boat. Not the same aggressive edges, but surfs really well. Alright, finish the course off here. Went right through M wave, no problem. Again, I'll try to take some direct hits here. Skip over that with ease. Alright, cool. First lap on the Wilderness Channel and the Firecracker. Got through pretty much everything really easy. Skipped over stuff, moved nice. I didn't feel my tail really loading at all. I kind of purposely didn't paddle there on that last one. Didn't really paddle on that one they call Sunrise or something up there at the top. Again, very stable boat. Really easy to paddle. Short, maneuverable. So far, so good. Yeah, I'm going to take similar lines here. Just stay on the same course. Give you a good comparison. Definitely has a little more pop skip to it than the Firecracker, obviously, so this has more bow rocker and length, so it makes sense. Woo! Alright, do the same little wall splat here. I want to say for a direct, like, vertical Firecracker can be better. Yeah, I really was just trying to do a direct vert there. Firecracker's definitely easier at that because it's shorter. So if you're going for a splatting boat, comparing the two, Firecracker definitely tops it. Because you got, for splatting, you really, sometimes you're right against a rock, got to go straight up vertical. And these longer boats are harder to sink down. Now this is definitely hard to keep on a line. Firecracker is definitely leagues better at surfing than this. Punch through and wave, no problem, just like the Firecracker. See, there you go, the stern loaded on shutdown there. That's the difference in having that thin stern. Now, I'm not at top speed, which is what the Ripper's meant to be. I really want to be driving it. So again, paddler error really, but alright, I'll try not to paddle through here, see what happens. Fine. Alright, well, one lap on each channel. Alright, so now we'll take the Firecracker down the comp side here. Again, I'm just going to kind of straight shoot it. See what happens. Really smooth downriver. Deflects these waves nice and easy. Again, I didn't really take a stroke there. Went through that hole. Really stable, side to side. Really stable. Very confident inspiring. Again, I'm not really paddling here. Kind of see what the boat will do. See how it happens through big drop. I didn't paddle as hard as I could. I did take a stroke, but still not really that much load on the stern at all. All right, yeah, felt good. Very confidence inspiring ride, especially if you're a beginner. This thing is very stable and forgiving. Not really like that edgy, tippy per se. Actually didn't get a chance to even try like stern spreading on a actual eddy line, see how it does. Oh yeah, super easy on an actual eddy. Still cold out here, so I'm not like going ham on everything. Don't really want to flip over, to be honest with you. It's more of like a whip style, like play boat. Rather than a long drawn out. The Ripper's a little different. You kind of have to wait. This one you kind of just turn and go like a play boat. Alright, cool. Let's jump in the Ripper next. We got Wade up there looking like a nerd in the sweet ride. I can already tell just getting back in this boat, it's a little more edgy for sure with it being narrow. Like that wave right there, on a beginner, everybody would have flipped somebody over. Definitely stern is a little more catchy in this. You gotta kind of lean forward and paddle a little bit. You gotta drive this boat more. The other one you can be a little more lazy on. The Ripper's definitely a more aggressive driving boat to keep the stern from loading because it's so thin. Has a little more bow rocker. A little bit more narrow speed to it for sure. The stern caught a little more there than the Firecracker. Alright, let's just do the same eddy line here, just for kicks and giggles. This almost feels definitely slower initiating, like start of a stroke, just because the tail's in the water. The Firecracker, the tail's not really in the water, so like get going. When you get going, it's easier. Now this top speed is better for sure. Alright, let's just do this eddy line to get a good comparison here. I'm gonna have to say the Ripper is easy to get the stern down for sure. You can do both styles really in the small. You can do a long drawn out or a whip style. This also, with the longer tail in the water, easier kind of pirouette it, take your time, balance it out a little better. The Firecracker, you really gotta be precise kind of when it gets all the way vertical, or it'll go up and down very easy because there's just not a lot of length there to kind of balance the stern on. It's a tough call. If you don't have a boat, you're a beginner, I would say, and you're looking for, well, this is a small versus small, Ripper 2 versus Firecracker, not any other boats or anything. So if you're trying to choose between the Ripper 2 and the Firecracker and you're a beginner, definitely go with the Firecracker. A lot more forgiving. The tail doesn't load as bad. Edges aren't as sharp. You don't have to drive it necessarily, you can be kind of lazy with it. So beginner, absolutely. If you're looking for more just downriver play and you're a Piranha fan, and you have a Ripper 2, the Firecracker is definitely more of a play boat. Like, it feels like a longer spud boat. You can loop the thing easy. I feel like I could cartwheel in the right hole. The stern gets vertical easy for splats. I will say in an eddy line, this is more fun to stern squirt. You can kind of spin it around a little easier, and it gets vertical actually easier in an eddy line. Both boats are fairly comfortable. Both, not testing on something that actually requires a lot of booping. I don't know which one is better per se. This has a little more bow rocker, and it's longer, so it can get you through those bigger holes probably a little easier. But I will say the Firecracker stern stays above the water better in pretty much every situation. So depending on your weight, I don't know which one might be better through a big hole, to be honest with you. And the Firecracker, I could definitely play my way out of a hole better than this. It's just longer and stuff. So I don't know. It's a tough call. Great boats, both of them. But yeah, hit me up if you have any other questions, and I'll be doing a full review on the Firecracker 232 pretty soon. But appreciate Piranha for letting me demo that thing. And yeah, I'm gonna spend my rest of the day in the Firecracker. So I'll see y'all later.